Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic, amazing day. David, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? What's up? What's up, man? Been forever, man. Haven't seen you in forever.
It's been like 1 week, man. Don't exaggerate.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm gonna check your channel.
So, yeah. Meanwhile, I did go live by myself just once or twice to talk about current events because current events are just are crazy.
Hold up. That was just 5 days ago. We were talking about Netanyahu's speech at the UN.
Yes.
That seems like 2 weeks ago to me, man.
Yes.
Hey. Just got back from a 3-hour discussion with your boy, Pines from Aquinas.
You did?
Yeah. He posted stuff like later on. He posted stuff like 1 to 3 months later. But let's just say all the Pints with Aquinas fans out there about to understand the Islamic dilemma in all its glory. What?
That's very, very good, man. That's very, very good. Very, very nice. When I was there, I said to him, hey, you got to invite David Wood, man. You got to invite David Wood. And he was like, no, I don't want to invite David Wood. No, he was like, yeah, I will. Okay, good.
Oh, hey, you know, you heard of this Candace Owens chick?
Don't even start, man.
Hey, you know how her latest theory is that it sucks to even say it, but now, so apparently just 2 days before Charlie was killed, Charlie announced to those around him, I can no longer avoid Candace Owens. I have to bring her back, and she's going to be my partner. She's going to be my new partner, and I'm turning my back on Israel. Down with Israel. Death to Israel. I'm only loyal to Candace Owens. And then he got killed in the last clip I saw from her. I don't know what she said in the rest of since then, but it was heavily implied it was either Israel who said, nope, you can't turn against us, or other people at Turning Point who were like, no, we can't let him steer this back towards Candace Owens. I was seriously thinking about, but what sucks is in order to make fun of that, you have to do it. I was thinking about going, hey guys, let me show you how easy it is to make it all about me. When AP was interviewed by Charlie Kirk, AP said, hey, you should interview David Wood. Here's Charlie Kirk saying he will. So all the people in the world knew that he was about to interview David Wood, and that David Wood was then going to be part of Turning Point and everything. They had to stop him. It's like anyone could do that. Pick a person on the planet. I could make it. And of course, Candace makes it all about her, man. All about her. What's messed up is if I imitate her and show how easy and stupid it is to do, then I will actually, oh, David, I can't believe you're using this tragedy to make fun of Candace. Like, no, I'm imitating what she's doing, you bunch of morons. Anyway.
The funny thing is that in your case, you would actually have evidence because that did happen, and it's also on camera. I went and talked to Charlie Kirk 2 months before he was brutally murdered, and did mention to him and say, you should invite David Wood as well. And he said, oh, yeah, I will.
You see?
So we actually have evidence for that, unlike anything that Candace Owens has said so far.
Hey, and I can then blame it on, I can come up with a wild conspiracy about jihadis. Jihadis being like, no, we cannot make David Wood more mainstream. And I'm sitting here thinking how stupid that would be. But people are, you already said it, and people that are saying that I would have better evidence than she has. That's how crazy it is. You can literally have no evidence and just make things up. That's what's super creepy about all the stuff she does. She'll basically say, I heard what happened and I know it. And it's basically some idiot sent her an email or something. I know what happened. Now you have to post a thing saying exactly what happened. And if you post if you ignore her, then it's evidence of a conspiracy. And if you say that she's wrong, it's evidence of a conspiracy. You're lying. And so no matter what you do, these are crazy times, man. Crazy times.
It is insane. I'm going to get to this here in a second, but I want to, just because you brought it up, I just retweeted this. So Tyler Boyer is actually somebody from Turning Point USA, who I believe also gave a speech at the memorial, and has been working with Charlie Kirk for the longest time. He just, without dropping names, I believe, posted this. I am sorry I have to tweet this, but I do. Accusing innocent people, much worse, accusing the people who knew Charlie best, loved him more than just about anyone, and witnessed his death isn't just wrong. It's baseless mudslinging on the same level as calling someone a Nazi or fascist who is not. It signals to crazy people many evil ideas, thoughts, and feelings. It is calling the good bad and the innocent criminal. Part of this wicked behavior is that it is putting a target on the backs of the people working to carry out Charlie's work from before and after the murder.
Yeah. Hey, pause here. I haven't seen this, but I mean, like, seriously, she's accusing the people around Charlie of conspiring to murder him. Like, what level of evil is that? The people around him, they were so upset that he was going to go back with me, Candace Owens. Okay, that they murdered him. They had him murdered. Okay, so you're accusing them of murder, right? What are loyal Charlie fans supposed to do in this situation? Just let this murder go unpunished?
I did one thing on my part and blocked Candace Owens so that her tweets don't show up. I was going to go ahead and also mute any mention of Candace Owens on X, but then I thought there's too much stuff going on right now. I don't want to miss out some important things, but it's just, I try to avoid, really. The day of the memorial, I thought to myself, okay, I really want to avoid anything related to Candace Owens right now because she's absolutely insane, and I'm sorry to say it, but she is evil. Her behavior is just pure, filthy evil.
It's like beyond, like, it's like, we already thought she was messed up and evil, but she's taken it to new level every time.
Yeah. She is now actually accusing Charlie's loved ones and close ones and those that he loved and entrusted his whole work with and all that, of possibly being in on a plot to kill him and all that kind of stuff. It's so sickening and absolutely evil. And she's doing it for whatever reason. I don't know if it's for money. I don't know if she's just mentally ill. I don't know if she's completely retarded beyond redemption. I don't know if she's got damaged by her husband, who apparently is a horrible person as well. I don't really know what it is, but she is spreading pure evil, and there are actually people out there that are defending her and believing her. I mean, defending and
cheering her on as the hero,
who has so far descended into saying the dumbest and most insane things over the last 2 years. From I'm neither a flat earther nor a round earther because science is a cult, to to doubting dinosaurs, which is one thing, to bringing the most ridiculously absurd theory as to why the moon landing didn't happen, and then these very mild things, and then going on about everything was done by some Jew, or also called a Frankist, in order to harm Christians, and Muslims are taught to us as being our enemies, but that is actually a plot of Israel as well. And everything is Israel, Israel, and finally also, apparently Charlie Kirk was going anti-Zionist, and he was therefore murdered by Israel and by his close ones and so on. I'm sorry, she's just pure evil. Okay.
Yeah, they actually, I mean, I have never rooted for France or their stupid leaders in anything. But they've actually got me hoping this Brigitte Macron, who, at the very least, that's a very creepy relationship, because she's like 1,000 years older than this guy and like met him when he was super young and stuff. So there's something regardless creepy going on. But they got me hoping she walks in there and says, "Here, draw my blood. We got a panel of scientists right beside us. They're all going to examine it and verify it." I mean, actually, like, hoping that if Candace, assuming that she's actually crazy and not just pure evil, like, something will snap her back into reality. Like, oh, just because a thought enters my head does not mean I have this conclusive proof that I always act like I have for it. And hoping that something snaps her back to reality, or should I say, smacks her back to reality.
Snap back to reality.
Yep. Want to finish reading this, man? Because I haven't read it, man. This guy seems based.
Yeah, if you stop talking. The worst part of this wicked behavior is that it is putting a target on the backs of the people who are working to carry out
Seriously.
Charlie's work from before and after his murder. This harassment may emotionally or physically sideline them, stopping the work. Every single person who loves Charlie and knew him best will not settle for anything less than the truth throughout the process of grief, investigation, trial, and continuing on without the person we loved and who we know the world loved. I personally feel Charlie with us every day, and it has given our people strength to persevere in the darkest hours of our lives. I hope people will seek truth, apologize for getting things wrong along the way, support righteous causes, and strive to not engage with destructive forces that I believe the devil wants people to promote to undo the good work that emanates from Turning Point, Charlie, and everything he has left behind.
Absolutely correct, right? Like, now keep in mind, like, everything they do now, there's this cloud of suspicion over it that it's actual murderers carrying on this work. And so they're always going to, if they set up mics now, it's going to be like a bunch of Candace Owens. Why'd you kill Charlie? Why'd you do it? Tell us. Why don't you confess? Like, she's derailing his work and claiming to be his best friend. And if you look at the comments from her fans, it's, you're his only true friend. Obviously, everyone else is trying to cover up the truth, but you're the only one trying to bring his killers to justice. You're the only one. You're the only faithful friend. And her head just, whoop, I'm the only good one in the world. It's all about me. Freaking lunatic, man.
Yeah, somebody just asked, I forgot who it was. Oh, yeah, I think you just asked FLP34 whether she actually doubts dinosaurs. Yeah, she posted this a while ago. The older I get, the more absurd the concept of dinosaurs roamed the earth until a great big meteor hit becomes to me. That's not really exactly how it happened. It's a very dumbed down version. But it also shows how little she knows about every topic that she talks about, and then, oh, that's what happened? Well, that's very, very absurd. If you don't know anything about the topic, then of course it will seem absurd to you.
That's the thing. She knows very little about any topic. She goes with, she'll get a feeling about it and then just roll with that. Like when she was saying that the Mengele, man, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why would someone do that? It sounds like propaganda. And same person who exonerated Andrew Tate, exonerated Harvey Weinstein, every sex trafficker or rapist on the planet she finds completely innocent. And yet, if she has some weird thought in her head, it's conclusive proof. That's Candace.
Nate P says, Kenneth showed the clip of Bibi talking with young American content creators and said it was undeniable. Now Israel runs all media. This is so ridiculous, because in the clip, Benjamin Netanyahu was sitting around a bunch of influencers and actually talking to them how we have to have effective means to properly fight the information war out there and employ certain strategies and do this and this and that and work together. So he's actually encouraging the influencers, because the information war is currently very tough and Israel is losing the information war.
And where did he get that idea?
Go out and fight that.
Where did he get that idea?
From Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk is the one who told him to do that. Charlie Kirk said, Netanyahu, look, man, you're doing this all wrong. You don't understand what insane conspiracy theories are being circulated. You guys just keep ignoring them. You need to actually respond to some of this stuff. Get some influencers on your side. Address these things. Charlie does it, and then Netanyahu does it, and then this is the evidence that he's pure evil. Taking the advice of Charlie Kirk,
Israel,
according to Candace Owens, means that Netanyahu is pure evil.
Yeah, we probably should read the Charlie Kirk letter to Benjamin Netanyahu at some point.
We could do it tomorrow.
Wait,
are you free tomorrow?
Yes.
Let's go live on my channel. We'll read the entire thing, by golly. I haven't read it yet.
So this is some guy saying, this is in Berlin today, October 2. What the hell is this? It's so funny to me, because in the past, I used to think that German police was not good enough, but contrary to, compared to the UK police, for example, German police has become really tough. I don't know why, but German police has become really tough, especially against the pro-Palestine protesters over the last 2 years. The German police really doesn't want to take it anymore. They have, they say to people that actually sympathize with them that they have very little tolerance left for pro-Palestine protesters because they are attacked by them all the time. They are harassed by them all the time. Police officers get hurt and injured by these pro-Palestine protesters. So they kind of, it has become an internal thing among the police force in Germany to be rough against these pro-Palestine protesters and to have very, very little tolerance. Here you can see them in action.
طلع خنقه ليه خنقه القرن المخ الجوال Schämt euch, verdammte Scheiße! Schämt euch! Like this! Schämt euch! Why are you holding
But, and this is nothing. They're like, what is this?
Yeah. Hey,
I really wonder what she was doing before she got detained.
Yeah, was just being super nice and stuff.
Yeah,
I've been saying this for years with Robert Spencer on This Week in Jihad. I was like, the Germans, they're gonna put up with a lot because they're still guilty over little mustache guy and stuff. But if you push them too far, they're the one. They're gonna flip a switch. The switch is gonna flip, and they're not gonna freaking play with you guys anymore. Just don't mess with it. Don't mess with the Germans. They're not going to be nice, man. They're not going to be nice.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Now, let's come to what's happening right now. So, today, the pro-Palestine protesters are out in full force with their insanity in the streets of the UK, or were. I don't know if they still are. It's quite late over there right now, but they were protesting and also getting quite violent and getting into clashes with the police. And the funny thing is, what caused the current protests in the street of London, in the streets of the UK, in the streets of many Western nations, what caused the current protests is what Israel did yesterday to the so-called Freedom Flotilla, which is, and when these guys say
the attention flotilla,
which when these guys say this is a reaction to that, they make it sound like Israel went in and bombed these boats and killed these people and tortured them and all that. What happened is that Israel repeatedly warned the flotilla, which supposedly brought humanitarian aid to Gaza, and said, you are approaching an active combat zone. That is a no-go zone. Turn around now, or else we will have to intercept you and bring you to a nearby port and confiscate your boats and everything within it. And you will be facing legal charges and deported. They didn't listen, so Israel sent in boats, intercepted them, brought them safely to a port in the nicest and healthiest fashion, then detained them, and is now getting them through a procedure of pressing criminal charges or deporting them, and also confiscated the boats and took the humanitarian aid, although according to some reports, there was very little to no humanitarian aid on the boats.
Yeah, like one sandwich.
And
wait, hang on, AP.
That's all that's happening.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been traveling and stuff. But didn't the Pope say, hey, any aid you actually want delivered, I have the ability to deliver it. So give me all the aid and I will make sure it gets to the people you want to deliver it to. So hang on. So instead of that, they chose to not get any of their aid delivered, like knowing that it was going to be stopped. They preferred not to get their aid delivered.
Yes.
Huh. Because they wanted the attention. Wow. Great people. They're truly legends and heroes.
So Italy, Greece, Cyprus, Israel, and the Latin Patriarchate, with the authority of the Vatican, contacted the flotilla and said, guys, you don't need to do this. Give the aid to us that you want to deliver, and we will safely deliver it to the people with the means that we have. And we can guarantee it will be delivered. The most reliable among these is the Vatican, is the Latin Patriarchate, because they are directly inside Gaza. The Latin Patriarchate is directly inside Gaza, and they can directly access many of the civilian people who actually need the aid. So these flotilla idiots received the offers, but rejected every single one of them and said, no, we're going to breach the blockade. Very well knowing that if they try to breach the blockade, they will not get anywhere, and they will only attract attention for themselves. They chose to do that because that's all they care about. That's all they care about. And now people are rioting over this. In fact, people are saying insane things like this here, for example. I think this is from AP News, which is my news channel. I don't give a F about the Jewish community right now, says pro-Palestine protester. An attendee at a pro-Palestine protest in Westminster has said today's terror attack pales in comparison to the plight of Greta Thunberg's flotilla.
Wait, so actually killing people?
Yeah.
Isn't as bad as stopping their boats.
An Islamic terrorist attacks Jews at a synagogue, and the pro-Palestine protester says, I don't care. This is nothing compared to what Greta Thunberg is going through. The plight that she's going through. The plight that she's going through is that she safely is escorted to a port by the Israeli Navy and then hosted there, given some food, and prepared for deportation. That's the big plight. This is how these people actually think, man. And they are protesting out here, as you can see. Getting violent against the police of the UK. Which people? Which people are united? What kind of flags do you see here in the United Kingdom at the protest? You only see one flag, that is the ugly Palestine flag. That's all you see here, nothing else. Like, why don't these people piss off and go to some different place? How is it? I swear, if this happened in Turkey, I've seen different cultures, right? Not Western cultures, not white Western cultures, which are as kind as it gets, as kind and tolerant as it gets. If this happened in Turkey, if protesters of and for a foreign entity came and actually started clashing with your national police, these people would be lynched to death. They would care. They would lynch these people. They would demand that these people are brutally punished for endangering the security and the security forces of your nation. British people just endure this and endure this and endure this and endure this forever. Any normal non-Western nation would lynch these people by now and kick them all out. They're protesting because of a flotilla and fighting the British police.
Yeah, it looks like they just look for any excuse right now, and I'm pretty sure Greta knows that. So so I guess they'll send Greta back, and then she'll plan a new one, and then she'll go, and everyone knows they're going to stop her, and then they're going to stop her, and then they'll now we have to kill 1 million people. It's getting really stupid, man.
Getting really, really, really stupid. So just
look at this. Look at this dumb dork.
Well, I wonder why. Is that Kanye West in the window here? What's that?
That's Kanye, man.
What is Kanye doing in the window?
Is that Candace in the other window?
I don't.
Hey, you should repost that picture with a circle around it and just point and say, "Is this Kanye?"
I put the first time that I saw this, I was like, "What is that Kanye?" Then upon inspecting closer, I realized it's not Kanye, but yeah, kind of looks like him. So let's see. So a suspect whose identity was not known earlier for quite a while, for hours, attacked a synagogue in Manchester, UK, and killed 2 people and injured 3. So this is an Orthodox Jewish synagogue in Manchester. This guy went there. He he first rammed with a vehicle, then took out a knife and started stabbing people, and also had something around his waist that looks like fake bombs, and said, "I have bombs on me. Don't come closer. Don't come closer. I have bombs on me. They will explode," and so on. So he claimed that he's there to bomb the place. Turned out that these bombs were not really bombs. He was just bluffing. He killed 2 people. He specifically did this today on Yom Kippur, which is the holiest day for Jews, on the second day or the following day of Yom Kippur, which is a day of repentance and renewal. He specifically chose this day, a holy day, the holiest day, to go to a synagogue where he knew he would find Jews and attack them to kill them in the name of his religion. He specifically did that. Now, David, why would they do this? Why would a Muslim do this?
Don't they always try to do that?
All Muslims? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying, don't they always try to attack on a holy day?
Yes, that's what they do.
Yep, that's what they do.
That's what they do. Wait, let me get the summaries here. Let me look at a summary of events here. Everything.
By the way, the fake suicide belt or fake suicide vest and so on, with the explosives and stuff, that can be 2 reasons. The second one's actually more common, but can be just to keep people from charging you. They'll be scared to come at you because they don't want to get blown up. But also, dudes like doing that. It's you could call it suicide by fake explosive vest or something like that. But it's kind of a repeated thing. Someone who actually wants to die because they think they're going to Jannah, get their virgins and stuff like that. They actually want to make sure they get shot and killed because they've become obsessed with Muhammad's claim that if you die waging jihad against the infidels, you're guaranteed paradise. And Islam's actually set up for causing this, because you get no guarantees that you're going to paradise unless you die while waging jihad. And if you have people who've sinned a bunch in their lives, according to Islam, they've done a bunch of wrong and they're not sure where they're going, it's like, I have to die in jihad. I have to do it. So here's a way to do it. I'll go attack some Jews. I'll wear something and they're going to shoot me dead.
Yeah. So a car ramming and stabbing attack outside a synagogue in the northern UK city of Manchester left 2 members of the Jewish community dead and 3 others hospitalized, according to police. It took place on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. The suspected attacker, who was named by police as Jihad al-Shami, a British citizen of Syrian descent, is also dead after being shot by officers. This guy was actually born in Syria and migrated to Britain and was given citizenship.
Hang on. So you're saying the government of Great Britain said, you know who'd make a good citizen here?
Yeah.
Jihad. This guy whose parents named him Jihad. In reality, guys, that's exactly what it is. It's what better way to show how un-Islamophobic we are than by bringing in people whose parents literally named them Jihad? Hey, and meanwhile, let's bring in some more people. This guy's name is Death to America, and this guy's name is Death to Israel, and this guy's name is Kill All Infidels. Let's bring all these guys in to show how not Islamophobic we are.
Here you can see how the British police deals with such things. Here is what they did in the past.
Someone asked, is his mom named Candace?
This was back in 2023 when Hizb ut-Tahrir, which is an organization that wants to establish a global caliphate, was marching and protesting, and they were shouting "Jihad, jihad, jihad" for Palestine.
What is the solution to liberate people in the concentration camp called Palestine? Jihad. What is the solution? Jihad. Allah jihad. Jihad. Brothers have said, وَقَاتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ الَّذِينَ يُقَاتِلُونَكُم. Fight in the way of Allah those who fight you. The Zionist entity has a military.
So their solution here, this was after October 7th, this was when the war started. Their solution in solidarity with Palestine was to call for jihad. In this case, very explicitly, very clearly, war. And he was also clearly specifying that this means fighting and actually killing and getting killed for the sake of Allah.
Has a military, they have a police force, they have a judiciary, they have an apparatus, an army, fighting, killing, massacring our people. Islam says, jihad fi sabilillah, that the Muslim armies move to rescue the people of Palestine. That is the solution.
So
screw your fake God and your stupid book, guys.
As a result of that, what they are calling for is for jihad, for fighting and killing on the
Oh my goodness, are you serious?
And here you can see the embarrassing, the absolutely embarrassing, shameful, horribly, sickeningly disgusting Metropolitan Police in the UK respond to this video. Look what they say. This was back in 2023. The word jihad has a number of meanings, but we know the public will most commonly associate it with terrorism. We have specialist counter-terrorism officers here in the operations room who have particular knowledge in this area. They have assessed this video filmed at the Hizb ut-Tahrir protest in central London today and have not identified any offenses arising from the specific clip. However, recognizing the way language like this will be interpreted by the public and the divisive impact it will have, officers have identified the man involved and will be speaking to him shortly to discourage any repeat of similar chanting.
Yeah, and to really deal with the problem, we'll be arresting anyone who criticizes this guy in any way and throwing them in prison.
I'm sorry, but within the context of what this guy is saying here, if you have a little bit of an understanding of the subject matter, you have to be completely mentally challenged not to come to the conclusion that this guy is clearly calling for fighting, killing and getting killed for Allah within the context of calling for jihad here in this case.
Jihad! What is the solution?
Jihad! Peaceful inner struggle. Peaceful inner struggle.
Fight in the way of Allah those who fight you. The Zionist entity
is clearly calling for fighting, and the Metropolitan Police here is like, actually jihad has got multiple meanings, and our in-house expert, who is a queer Muslim officer, has told us that in this case, jihad clearly refers to vigorously making love to each other.
Mm-hmm. Just like Muhammad and the men of Al-Zut. Even though that was not to each other, that was just kind of one direction. But hey, what's the community note say, man?
The Met Police says, what is hate crime document states, the offense of incitement to hatred occurs when someone acts in a way that is threatening and intended to stir up hatred. Hate content may include messages calling for violence against a specific person or group.
Yeah, can you imagine if this was a group of regular British people and they were saying this about Muslims? They'd all be locked up and they'd all be serving years in prison.
Look how they got ratio.
Ooh, Turning Point UK. What?
Look, 6,700 comments to 1,100 likes.
Well, to be fair, they I think they're used to being ratioed now, and I think they just don't care anymore.
Gosh. Alhamdulillah. So,
You should run through some of your super chats, man.
I don't even know what to say, man. The seal of the prophets, the seal of the prophets, seems that the Jewish neighborhood in Manchester where this attack happened is right next to a majority Muslim neighborhood, 69%.
And people wonder why there needs to be an Israel. Why? Because Jews are eventually going to have to leave, and they're going to need a place to go, guys.
Hang on. Before we continue with
Hang on.
I just remembered where we were. Okay, yeah, we were at Jihad al-Shami, a British citizen of Syrian descent. So Jihad al-Shami, I'm not sure what his actual name is in Arabic, but as it looks here,
named by police. Okay, named by police. All right. So Jihad of Syria.
His name, as it is written here, most likely means jihad from Syria.
Hang on.
Literally.
Okay, so that's not his real name. What's his real name?
I mean, it can be his real name. It just says named by police as Jihad al-Shami.
That's what I mean. Are they calling him that? Or are they? This is his name.
It would be a little bit weird.
That's ambiguous.
Yeah, it could be his real name. I don't know.
If it is his real name, sounds like I interpreted it the first time as his real name, but knowing how stupid these guys are, no, they wouldn't give someone a code name of jihad, right? So that's the dude's real name. Oh my goodness.
Let me see. How are the laws in the UK? If you get naturalized as a British citizen by using a poll, though it is important to apply for a UK passport. When you receive your UK citizenship, you can actually change your name.
Oh, so maybe he chose that name. So hang on. So we don't know. He could have been named that. So the two possibilities are his parents gave him that name, and the other is when Great Britain said, "Hey, we'd like to bring you to our awesome country. What do you want your name to be?" And he said, "I want my name to be Jihad Allahu Akbar." And they said, "Okay, well, this would be great because jihad's just a peaceful inner struggle, as everyone knows."
And he was like, "Is that okay with you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's all right, mate. Jihad just means struggle, innit?
Don't want to be Islamophobes. It would be Islamophobic to have a problem with jihad.
Jihad means struggle.
Yeah, why don't you just name yourself freaking groomer of 12-year-olds, and they'll let you in a heartbeat.
Name yourself Muhammad the pedophile. How about that?
Oh yes, let's get all Muhammad the pedophiles in the world and bring them all to Great Britain and move them into neighborhoods with a bunch of 11 and 12-year-olds.
I want to become a citizen. I want my name to be Muhammad the pedophile. Is that okay? Oh yeah, of course.
That's the greatest name ever.
Of course. I mean, if you're a Muslim, it is simply a way of expressing your own religious beliefs. Everything is welcomed and tolerated here. You can name yourself whatever you want. You can name yourself the mass murderer and mass rapist, Muhammad. It's all right, as long as you don't talk trash about Islam.
But why would I do that? I am here to kill people who talk trash about Islam. Oh, then welcome.
No problem. No problem.
Free house?
No problem. This is a free country for Muslims.
Not for anyone else.
The attack was declared a terrorist incident. 2 people have been arrested in connection with the attack, police said, without offering further information.
Oh, more people involved, eh?
Yeah, cousin Mary, you're joking, but it's true. We know it's true. Yeah. I wouldn't be saying anything that I didn't know is true. So name yourself Al-Zutti, Al-Zutter. So, it is really messed up. I don't know, man. I kind of have been radicalized. I feel like over the last 2 years.
You think? You've calmed down since last year, man.
I have.
You were like rivaling Candace level evil last year. You were like, I don't care if every man, woman, and child in the world is slaughtered and the streets were filled with their blood if they disagree with me about this. I was like, what?
That's a very good exaggeration, but yeah, I did change a little bit. I was very, very angry. However, today I would say I wouldn't be against the United Kingdom changing a little bit and saying, for example, if your name is Jihad, you are not welcomed in the United Kingdom.
Or, I mean, let's go and expand it slightly. if any variation of the word Muhammad appears in your name, we're anticipating future problems.
Yeah. If your name is an Islamic name, you are required to change your name or be deported. How about that?
Yep.
I'll be fine with it.
Yeah. You are no longer allowed to be named after a pedophile. How about that? Anyone who's named after a pedophile has to change their name or be deported.
Make me dictator of the UK, dear British people. Make me dictator of Great Britain, and I will solve the problem for all of you.
I second that.
Speaking of it, elections are coming up. The local elections in the UK are coming up, and
more mayors, more Muslim mayors. That's what we need.
Local elections are coming up, and in the local elections, wait, one of those elections, not local elections. What is it? What elections? I don't know how the system works in the UK. Which elections are coming up right now?
Candace Owens? Talking about things you don't even know?
Elections.
Which elections? Oh, the moon landing was fake.
What kind of elections are coming up?
What kind of moon landing?
2026. What's coming up? 2026 local elections.
Oh, is this why Labor is trying to act like they're all like for the people now?
Yeah.
I get it.
Keir Starmer is panicking because the polls show, let me see, that Reform UK, which is Nigel Farage's party, skyrocketed in popularity and is now leading the polls. In fact, here it is.
Not leading the polls in the way Muhammad did with al-Zut, just to be clear, guys. We're talking about something else. We're talking about politics here.
That's true. So Ipsos held this research, which is very, very reliable. According to their poll, which was taken just in September, how do you intend to vote in the general election? Will you vote? Right now, the sentiments of voters show that 34% in the UK said they would vote for Reform UK, which is very, very. So this is the right-wing populist party now, which is seen as an alternative because the Conservative Party has been a failure consistently and has sold out the nation forever, which is why so many disenfranchised, disappointed people have switched over to Reform UK. Labour Party is now behind Reform UK, and the Reform UK party and Nigel Farage are very, very happy and very, very encouraged by this, and something is happening. The last events here over the last year or so have really turned British people away from engaging with these old parties, and something is going to happen. Something is going to happen.
I don't know. They might also get in this stupid cycle of, hey, here's the new political party we all need to rally around. And then that party does nothing. And then everyone's mad at that party. And they say, okay, well, here's the new party. And then like every election, there's a new party that they're all supposed to rally around that's going to solve the problem.
Well, the thing is, there currently is a new party because people were trusting Reform UK to lead things into a nationalist direction and provide safety and all that. Now they are accusing Reform UK of kind of becoming mainstream and selling out. So a new party has been formed, which is Advance UK, which split from Reform UK, which is led by a Pakistani guy named Ben Habib, which just makes me think, didn't you find a proper native British person to lead your party? But anyway, so that's what that's a party that Tommy Robinson and many others support right now as an alternative to this.
How long before there's a jihad party?
I don't know. But
give them another 5 or 6 years, there'll be a jihad party.
What people don't understand is, so some people are accusing Reform UK of going too soft and selling out and all that. That's bound to happen. The same thing is going to happen with this other party if they became successful at some point. Because when a party is fringe and radical, you gather all these radical ideas, the radical voter base and the radical supporters who want to bring about change. But if that party turns out to be successful, they start appealing to donors, to people with influence, to more and more voters, to the mainstream. And if you push your party to become mainstream, you will inevitably invite a lot of mainstream people to become part of your voter base, and a lot of mainstream donors and a lot of mainstream influential people to become part of your party. And so the party will slowly move away a little bit from its radical origins and will become more mainstream, and will have less radical approaches. That is what's bound to happen. It's always going to happen. It was always bound to happen. However, it is better as it is right now than the stupid, dumb Conservative Party, which should have been abolished a long time ago.
Hold up.
I wouldn't jump ship here, you know.
Didn't Candace marry some super rich British dude
Yes.
whose dad is like some lord something such?
Yes.
Should Candace Owens, should they just skip to the end of the insane direction they're going and just make Candace Owens their PM?
I think Candace Owens should be admitted to a mental health facility.
Yeah, but that or become the PM, because like every PM they get is like completely freaking bonkers. Just like skip to the end. Your PMs are getting worse and worse and worse. Just skip to the end and get it over with. It's the direction you want.
Become PM, and then she could go to a mental health facility. Okay, that's problem solved. So, Mr. Jihad, who is of course who sounds like a very upstanding British citizen, decided that it's a very, very good day on Yom Kippur to go and kill a bunch of Jews. And why did he do that? Because they're Jews. That's it. He did it for no other reason than that they are Jews. That is literally all he did it for.
And once again, it's the same situation we've seen a million times. The very people who tell us, hey, don't blame all Muslims for the actions of some Muslims. These are the same people who say, look, there are 2 Jews. Let's kill them for something we don't like that some of Jews did.
That's that. And of course, Keir Starmer came out and he was shocked by this incident. He was absolutely shocked, absolutely horrified. This was a vile terrorist attack.
This was a vile terrorist attack. Attack Jews because they are Jews, just as we've been encouraging all along. Anti-Semitism is a hatred that is rising once again. Britain must defeat it by doing absolutely nothing and encouraging it once again. To every Jewish person in this country, run right now. It's the only way you'll survive. I promise that I will do everything in my power to pretend that I'm going to do something while promoting all the people who want to brutally murder you in the name of Allah, as you deserve.
Perfect. Let's see. I wonder if this was actually written down or if he actually said these words directly and they just put them there because it's kind of stupid.
Good evening. Earlier today, on Yom Kippur, the holiest day for the Jewish community, a vile individual committed a terrorist attack that attacked Jews because they are Jews and attacked Britain because of our values. So many Jewish families first came to this country.
I don't understand how the Prime Minister of the UK can't form proper English sentences. That's a very strange way of formulating things.
I don't understand how this guy's wearing a suit and not a little skirt or something.
I mean, it would be fine if I can misspeak, I can stutter and all that, but here's the Prime Minister.
Hey, he got ratioed too. I was like, I bet this guy got ratioed like he always does with every post. Yep.
Anti-Semitism is a hatred that is rising once again. Britain must defeat it once again. This was a violent terrorist attack that attacked Jews. Anyway, I'm not going to...
Oh, look at that based comment right there. You have done everything in your power so far to push anti-Semitism and make Britain less safe. Words of wisdom from whoever that was.
Paul.
Oh, wait. You look who you got after that. You got Vivid, then you got Valentina Gomez.
Oh, you put a terrorist Muslim as Home Secretary. Hey, she follows me now.
Based.
She follows me now.
And when she becomes eventually governor of Texas, Texas will no longer be so jihad friendly.
I confronted her at the memorial event when I saw her, and I said, "Hey, what's up?" And she was like, "Hey," and I said, "Yeah, hey, everything's cool, but I noticed that you're not following me." And she was like, "Yes, I do." I said, "No, you're not." And then she followed me. That's how petty I am. You put a terrorist Muslim as Home Secretary. You put a terrorist Muslim in charge of stopping rapists. Rapist Muslims.
You just need to read this a couple of times over and over again so that we can all absorb the powerful
Rapist
words.
Muslims. You put a terrorist Muslim in charge of stopping Sharia law. Because of you, girls are raped, and more Jews, Christians, and Hindus will tragically die because you protect those rapist Muslims. Damn. She really doesn't hold back. She really doesn't like.
You think? She stays at 10, man. There's no dialing it up. There's nowhere to go because she just stays at 10.
You put a terrorist Muslim as Home Secretary. You put a terrorist Muslim in charge of stopping rapist Muslims. You put a terrorist Muslim in charge of stopping Sharia law. Because of you, girls are raped, and more Jews, Christians, and Hindus will tragically die because you protect those rapist Muslims who bow down to a stupid rock.
That's why everyone should vote for me, because I will never allow this to happen in Texas.
That's very funny.
Texas, vote for Valentina, man.
That's very, very funny, man. That's very funny. That's very, very funny. Now, I woke up to these news, and when I saw that Keir Starmer,
very rude.
I'm appalled by the attack at a synagogue in Crumpsall. The fact that this has taken place on Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, makes it all the more horrific. My thoughts are with the loved ones of all those affected, and my thanks go to the emergency services and all the first responders. I just didn't feel very good and with it, so I just left a very small comment here.
Very rude. I
would say I'm proud of it. I don't. I'm not ashamed. I'm happy with it. Here's Claire Lehman says, she said, who names their kid Jihad? The funny thing is, I actually have a cousin named Jihad.
You ever call up your cousin? You're like, hey, cousin Jihad, what's up? He's like, hey,
Yeah.
Ridwan, what's up?
Now, I haven't talked to him or communicated with him in forever. 15 years or something, I don't know, but I actually used to look up to him when I was a little kid.
So you used to look up to Jihad?
Yeah, and I know that, and the name was given to him. It is a name that is given in quite religious families, sometimes radical families, and it was given to him specifically because the family is quite religious and believes in jihad in multiple different ways, including converting people and also fighting people when the time comes. So often after I left Islam, I thought to myself, man, I'm really lucky that I was not named Jihad. That would have been really bad.
Jihad Idemir.
That would have been really, really messed up.
Hey, could you imagine? Remember how much trouble we had getting into Israel that time? Could you imagine walking? Yeah, my name's Jihad Idemir.
That would have been funny.
We're just here for some interviews, guys. Just here to do some interviews. And
hey, can I enter Israel? And my name is Jihad. No. Please go away. We have enough jihadists. We have enough jihadists running around this country. Anyway, let's get some super chats. Apple Baker Al Puff Daddy says, let us know if you are crowdfunding your Israel trip. I shall, inshallah. I shall. This is coming up soon, man. Time flies like crazy.
Oh yeah, you're going for a long time too.
Yeah,
you're going for like 2 weeks, man.
That's not a long time.
That's ideally, you're actually right. Like, because the time flies. when you're there. It's all quick. It's going to seem like you're there for like 3 days and you're going to be like, oh, but there are 50,000 other things I wanted to do and I just don't have time to do them all.
Oof. This is very, very nice. Well, I just retweeted Andrew Colvett, who is I should have him on the channel sometime. Groups that have a terror problem in 2025, SPLC, Muslims, trans. Groups that do not have a terror problem in 2025, Christians, conservatives, MAGA. Prove me wrong.
Well, we do have kind of a problem, namely, those other guys are trying to kill us.
That's true.
That's kind of a problem for us, too.
You see, so you were saying time flies very quickly. I do have 2 weeks in Israel, and the thing is, I'm not sure if it's even enough. I have too many plans, and the last time that we were there,
you'll get stuff done. You'll get a bunch of cool stuff done,
Yeah.
but you'll be like, oh, I didn't get to this, and I didn't get to interview this person, and I didn't get to do that.
This time I'm not making the same mistake that we did last time. This time I just I'm currently in the process, and I have arranged multiple people specifically scheduled on this day. I'm meeting that person at that time. On this day I'm meeting that person at that time.
You need to make a schedule and stick to it, man, and stick to it. You're going to get there and you're going to be like, no, I'll just go hang out with this person instead and eat falafel.
No, that's what I'm doing. I have a very strict plan. And there will be some very, very important and interesting people in Israel at the same time as well. So there's some really, really interesting stuff.
Such as a possibly famous rapper?
I wasn't thinking about that, but yes, that too.
You were saying famous.
That too. But other important people will be there. So it's going to be good. Gosif gifted 1 membership. Thank you so much. Songs of Relief. I'm just asking questions, but has anyone ever seen Herbert the Cricket and Locust of Control together in the same room? This is a very good question. And no, nobody has. You're bringing up a good point. Asa says, this is the fault of the police and authorities for allowing thousands to call for intifada and jihad against Jews for 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So the intifada, that's an uprising, and the last intifada, there were I think close to 200 suicide bombings as part of the last intifada in for Palestine and Israel. I think about 1,000 Israelis died, and like 3,000 Palestinians and so on. But people who say globalize the intifada, talking about that, make it a global bloodbath until we get what we want. Just start killing people everywhere until we get what we want.
I mean, look at this. Here's the second intifada. People accuse Israel of oppression.
That's the recent one in the early 2000s.
So from 2000 to 2005, this is a series of the so-called Palestinians brutally fighting and massacring people. Casualties.
Oh gosh, I was right. Look at that. Deaths of approximately 3,000 Palestinians and 1,000 Israelis. See how many suicide bombings there were. I think it was between 100 and 200.
I don't know.
Go back up. Hang on. Hang on.
It doesn't say the number of.
I guarantee you it will say it, because that's kind of one of the main takeaways. Okay, scroll down.
Occupation 200, starting as a civilian uprising, overturned Palestinian protesters.
Suicide bombings. There were a bunch. I think like 100 and. Scroll down. It'll say.
It don't say no such thing.
It will say.
The
138 suicide bombings, right?
138 suicide bombings.
Can you imagine? That's the Intifada. 138 suicide bombings carried out by Palestinian militant factions. And people are saying, we need to globalize this. And they start cheering, globalize the Intifada, free Palestine, globalize the Intifada. Keep in mind, when you say free Palestine and stuff, we know what you mean. When you say from the river to the sea, we know what you mean. But at least there, you're actually talking about stuff in the region. When you say globalize the Intifada, you're saying, let's make what's going on there global. And then some guy takes the advice and goes and kills Jews in the UK. Why? Because you guys are cheering for it.
That's true. They killed hundreds of civilians, hundreds of Israeli troops, and the retaliations, the fightings in between weren't quite as bad. Should have been worse. And what happened as a result of this is that Israel actually left Gaza. They were rewarded for this. Today they thanked for all of this by carrying out the October 7th terrorist attack. And now they're facing the consequences, and they don't like it.
Yeah, think about it. I mean, back then it was, what do you expect, Israel? You won't let them just live their own lives. And of course they're going to have this uprising and kill a bunch of you. And of course it's going to be endless. And of course they're going to launch all these suicide attacks. You won't leave them alone. And then Israel says, fine, we'll pull out completely. We'll pull out of the area completely. What do? Fire rockets, fire rockets, fire rockets, fire rockets, fire rockets, fire rockets, and then October 7th attack. And then that gets rewarded.
I have no idea where Gavin McInnes stands nowadays. I think he has recently been unbanned.
Oh, that's funny. He says it's only a matter of time before this gets blamed on the Jews. Yeah, wait for Candace to chime in. And his real name is not Jihad. His real name is Shlomo McTalmudstein. And he's the one, what?
He's only in the country because of Jews.
There you go.
It has literally nothing to do with Jews, you absolute imbeciles.
No, you don't understand how this works. AP, are there any Jews in the British government?
Yes.
Okay, then you see, if there's a Jew in any part connected in any way, it's the Jews.
The Jews.
How do you not know this by now? That's the rule.
I'm sorry, you're right. David Wood, any insight why some people look for a grand conspiracy behind a tragedy like Charlie Kirk's murder rather than the obvious explanation, one crazed gunman?
Yeah. This happens over time. So the automatic appeal of a conspiracy theory is that you feel like you have special knowledge. You're in a special group, right? Your group understands the truth. Everyone else are just brainwashed sheep who go along with the narrative and so on. Now, guess what? Sometimes there are actual conspiracies. Sometimes that happens. And sometimes those can be discovered and so on. But as you're trained over and over again to believe the conspiracy theories, you trust anyone who's reporting, any government that's telling you what happened, any government agency like the FBI or CIA, you trust them less and less. And you get to a point where that's all you will accept is the conspiracy theory, and you never accept what's right in front of you. Why? Because if you're accepting what's right in front of you, who are you trusting? The media, government agencies. But you've learned that you can never trust them because they're always conspiring and everything is a conspiracy. And so it wouldn't matter. You could have a 1,000-page manifesto from Tyler What's-His-Face that he wrote leading up to it, multiple videos recorded of him. He could have recorded himself doing it selfie style the entire time, and you'd still say, nope, it's an obvious setup by the FBI and Charlie Kirk's friends and Israel.
The funniest thing is also they start asking these questions supposedly, but everything they do is just is making allegations and assertions about this person did this and that person did that and that person was probably involved in a plot to have Charlie killed. And then when you call them out for the crazy conspiracy theory that they're engaged in, they say, oh, what, are you against me asking questions? It's just because I'm so concerned about Charlie and because I don't trust the media and I don't trust the government. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. No, you're not. You're not trying to get to the bottom of this, which is why you're not helping with information. You're just muddying the fields. Every single day since Charlie Kirk died, Candace Owens wakes up and decides to help the guy who murdered him. That's what she does. Every single day. Juju B made a super chat. Thank you so much, Juju B. Very appreciated very much. Thank you. Ash Mays, what's up, Ash? I think real Candace might be locked in the basement somewhere and Kanye is wearing a futuristic Candace suit. Evidence? I'm just asking questions. This is true. Very true. Garbled words. I wish Meghan would condemn her, but she's more worried about staying united against the left. I don't know what to say about her. Zach Hollander. It is my 25th birthday today. P.S. My 9-month-old baby has been watching the stream since day one. She's based. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, Zach. That's awesome, Zach.
That may end up being the most based person who ever lives.
Yes. And happy birthday. Elite PM, have you covered the story of the Spanish priest on trial for hate speech? He's facing 3 years in prison. No. David, have you heard of this?
Nope.
Spanish priest, hate speech. Let me see. We'll check it out. Spanish priest faces jail for criticizing Islam. I have to check it out and discern what is and is not accurate about it before I say anything. PBUM, AP, what Tucker Carlson would say about this? He would say it was the Jews. Ryan, how dare you, AP? How dare you? How dare you? Mad Lips, Jihad al-Shami going on jihad. I would never have suspected such a thing. I know, it's very crazy. It's very, very crazy. I would expect somebody named Jihad al-Shami to be an upstanding British citizen who drinks his beer and drinks his tea 3 times a day and says, cheers, mate. But here we go. For some interesting reason, he carried out a jihadist attack. Not sure why.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that priest is on trial this month for an article written in 2016. So the offense says in a 2016 article, Father Ballister wrote that, quote, Islam does not allow dialogue and that either you believe or you are an infidel who must be subdued. And you either believe or you're an infidel that must be, that's almost a verbatim quote from Surah 9, verse 29, and from Muhammad in the Hadith, where he says, I've been commanded to fight people until they say there's no God but Allah. It's like he's saying exactly what the Quran and the Hadith say. He's going on trial for hate speech. You see, keep in mind, if you're a Muslim, you're allowed to say it. If you say, hey, that's what they say, then it's hate speech. Interesting stuff.
We should make a video about that. I want to look at that a little bit.
I mean, he should seriously walk in and say, this is, let me quote you the Quran and let me quote you the Hadith. Are you guys saying that this is not the Quran and this is not the Hadith? Are you saying that? Because I think you guys are the real Islamophobes if you're denying the Quran and the Hadith.
D. Boudreaux says, any family that names their kid Jihad should be on a watch list. Yes.
That's your family.
Yes.
That's your family, AP.
They should be.
Your whole family should be on the watch list, according to D.
That's not my family, but yes, they should be. Any family that names their kid Jihad should be on a watch list. I agree.
Like the Idemir family.
I agree entirely.
Idemir.
Romology, as a good Christian, I shouldn't say this, but as an Aussie, I can't resist. If you slightly mispronounce Candace as Candace and replace Candace and replace the D with a T, then you have her new name. Interesting. Mohammed Mahdi, his name is Jihad the Levant. That's worse than my name. It is. Something happens in a completely different country and Mohammedans riot in the UK. That is a clear sign that the rioting Mohammedans have zero allegiance to the UK at all. They are insurrectionists.
By the way, that's going to keep happening over and over again. You're going to have...
Until you get rid of them.
Yeah, you have millions of people, and then they're going to be, oh, look at this thing. This happened in India. Let's go kill a bunch of Hindus. Oh, look at this thing. This happened over here.
Until you get rid of them. You have to deport lots of people to get rid of this problem.
That would be Islamophobic, though.
I'm sorry, but European nations have imported a massive problem. And they can solve that problem by deporting massive numbers of people who don't align with the values that made these countries great. Make it happen. Here's France. France, David.
France Ferdinand.
I don't see much on this video, but the news report says they're clashing. So, Libel found an Islamic dilemma, which you too can add to your repertoire. Easter is confirmed in the Quran. It's full of ayah. Nice. But people don't get it. But that's good. That makes me happy. Mad Libs. Jihad means mostly peaceful steadings. This is good. Yes. P.S. Shame on Keir Starmer. His name is Queer Starmer. Get it
Yeah,
right.
what total loser, man. What a loser.
His name is Queer Starmer, not Keir Starmer. Stop mispronouncing his name.
Queer farmer.
Queer Starmer. Aaron Harlow, did you see CC's video where he found the Injil? David, did you check it out? Capturing Christianity made a video about the Injil.
Nope, been busy. But no, I'm gonna check that out.
Wait a minute, why are people protesting in Morocco? They're protesting against the government? That's funny. That's good. They should. I haven't followed anything that is happening in Morocco because I usually don't care about Morocco, but yeah, they should. Jonathan Heyman, be a good Berean and delve deep into the source of the faith. The Al-Zut misunderstood this when delving deep into the source of Islam.
Yeah. Muhammad met the men of Al-Zut. He's like, you should do a deep dive into my prophethood. And they're like, okay. Gonna dive deep into you.
Hey, look at that. Jackson Hinkle says that Andrew Tate says he will join the Gaza aid flotilla with his super yacht once it is built. That he can traffic all the women on those boats.
Mm-hmm.
He can add them to his online sex business.
Hey, isn't it funny? Remember when him and Greta hated each other and were making fun of each other? But this unites them. This unites them. Now they'll work together.
Maybe he can try to convince her to become one of his webcam girls or something.
Yeah, that'll go well.
Yeah. Mikhail Yeremkiev says the purpose and sense of belonging these protesters seek can be obtained from a basic day job. That is true. D. Bourdreau, I wonder how many arrests the Met Police will make going through social media posts, comments about this. I wonder about that as well.
Yeah, it'll be something like, well, we shot the guy who did it, but on a positive note, we arrested 700 people for criticizing him. Because even though he's not alive, if he were, his feelings would have been hurt, and therefore we must punish lots of people.
For those who don't know about this incident, here is a Turkish guy who was burning the Quran.
Gosh, Turkish guy. Why is it always a Turkish guy?
He was attacked by a knife-wielding bastard in the UK, and he actually got away with it. That's how the UK is run.
Turks always cause problems.
Look here, look. Don't for me. Look.
It's funny I was trying to block him with the Quran. That is actually funny, though.
Look here, look. Don't for me. Oh, he's got a knife.
He's blocking his knife with the Quran.
The guy films and says he's got a knife. Dude, kick the knife out of his hand.
Or go Crocodile Dundee and go, that's not a knife. That's a knife.
Amir Al-Khazari, Jesus is a Muslim.
Good one. Thank you for the contribution there.
Ari Wasserman, Owen Candy, it's not an accident that the Jews have their meetings in synagogues. So what's crazy is that they paid Christians to spell it with a Y.
Synagogues.
Dimer's friend, which stream with IP where you went through the Groper lies about the Talmud, trying to find the one about pedophiles promoted with 3-year-old girls? That was a long time ago. That was on his channel.
Just look up inspiring philosophy like Nick Fuentes or something.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, I don't know.
It was on it was on IP's channel, and the stream was named after Nicolás Fuentes, where we talked about the Talmud. In fact,
Nicolás Fuentes.
Nicolás Fuentes. Let me see. Fuentos. That was 2 freaking years ago. Damn. I got it. See, all I searched for was on his channel. I searched for Fuentes. Here it is.
And then he's got the new one where PBD's like, so who's a bigger threat? Jews or Muslims? Oh, Jews, definitely Jews. Who benefits society more? Jews. Who helps society more? Jews. Who does? This is so weird.
Matthew Harrell says, please keep using that hilarious voice. I think they're talking to
Which one?
To you, David.
I use many hilarious voices. You have to be.
Braxton UK says, talking about our election, have you seen Trump taking piss from Erdogan? Yes, I have. Unfortunately.
I saw one little clip where he said something about rigged elections, and he's like, yeah, well, I guess you know about rigged elections, don't you? That was funny. No one knows more about rigged elections than you. The guy was sitting right beside him. It was funny.
That was a funny thing because it is the everyday talk in Turkey that Erdogan is rigging the elections all the time. So here it is. Trump is funny, man.
Of Turkey. Unfairly, as it turns out. Rigged election, he knows about rigged elections better than anybody. When I was in exile, we were still friends. Yes.
Classic.
Oh, man. Chris Scott, Charlie was said to be the next political party. That's why they took him out. Yes. That's true. D, did you guys see the New York Times, CNN University recent poll? Very discouraging. Which one is it? About what? What is it about, D? Which one is it? David is looking it up as we speak. Queen Hyena says David Wood sounded like he was going to morph from a Starmer to a Dalek just now, which is fitting with digital ID, and he's a robot. This is true. He is a robot. David Wood is a robot. Matthew Brady, AP, you should check out the Scottish Korean. He's leading the fight against Islam in Scotland, and he has promoted bacon, even wearing it. I know of him. David, did you contact him?
He sent me his email on Twitter, and then I replied to him real quick, and then he sent me some messages, but I was busy, so.
How dare you? How dare you? There was another funny thing of Donald Trump recently, where he was talking about Ilhan Omar. That was quite funny. They posted it on the White House account, man. Look, this was funny. I don't know if you've seen this.
Jasmine Crockett. Remember what I said? Is she a relation to the late, great Davy Crockett? I don't think so. Jasmine Crockett, let me tell you, before you even ask, she's a very low IQ person. I mean, if we ever had to pass an aptitude test, that's the one should take one, because she shouldn't even be in the crowd. So I have no idea what you're going to, but I don't think we should waste our time. This is a low IQ person who I can't even believe is a congressperson. Between her and Ilhan Omar. And
Ilhan? Did he say Ilhan Omar?
He said Ilhan Omar.
Yeah, I know.
Ilhan
Omar and the group. I met the head of Somalia. Did you know that? And I suggested that maybe he'd like to take her back, and he didn't want her. He said, I don't want her. Okay, what else?
We have a president that actually sits there and jokes about giving Ilhan Omar back to Somalia and Somalia not wanting her. That's amazing, man. That is fantastic.
Oh yeah, so the poll, the New York Times poll, is a bunch of questions about politics and Trump and stuff, and yeah, mainly lots of people not liking Trump, kind of.
Is that all? There should be more to it.
Well, there's like 5 million questions, man.
If D finds it discouraging, then there's probably more to it. I'll check it out too. When Valentina Gomez gets in it, Trump pops on a sombrero and plays mariachi music. It's funny. Goated Hunger. AP, I became a channel member on my Hungry Goat channel, but I'm still banned from your chat and comments. Please unban me and keep up the good work. Really? I need to check that. Hungry Goat. I need to check that. And I will check it in a little bit. V, sorry if you already answered, but AP, how did your family feel when you left Islam? Also, I keep rewatching Bibi. We paged Hezbollah. My family didn't take it very well. I haven't spoken to my father in 6 years. The last thing that he said to me was a message that he sent to my phone, which was that under these circumstances, we cannot accept you as our son. And all that, implying that I should change something. And since I do not intend to change anything, what I did as a response to that is to just never respond. So that's the last interaction I've had with my father. Since I started believing, I thought maybe I should do something and get in touch again or something. I don't know, but that's basically it.
How close were you with your father back in the day?
It was very complicated. It was a kind of a semi-rough upbringing. So, yeah.
Oh, so been going through these questions, lots of them about Donald Trump and stuff. Then you get down to the first thing I saw that's actually connected to Israel and so on, providing additional economic and military support to Israel. Net support 39%, net opposed 51%. So most people say do not provide any further economic or military support to Israel.
Well. Is that for, you said, most of the population? What is that? Is it an age range? Is it broken down?
It's U.S. registered voters. Yeah, they break it down by gender, age, race, ethnicity.
La. Let's see. Israel. U.S. registered voters. What is even the question here? Trade with other countries. U.S. register, approve, disapprove. I need to check that. Do you think America's political system can still address the nation? In the dispute between, providing additional economic and military support to Israel. Strongly support, somewhat opposed, strongly opposed. Doesn't seem too bad, honestly.
Most people, 51%, think that Trump's actions on immigration enforcement have gone too far.
In the dispute between Israel and the Palestinians,
12% say haven't gone far enough. Who says he's not going far enough? Like, what do you guys expect? Round everyone up and shoot them.
Based. In the dispute between Israel and the Palestinians, which side do you sympathize with more, Israel or the Palestinians? Israel strongly 24%, Israel somewhat 11%, Palestinians somewhat 14%, Palestinians strongly 22%, both equally 19%. Sympathize with Israel's 34%, Palestinians 35%. I mean, people are very uneducated, man. I don't know, and very uninformed. What do you know? But then here, you come to the age groups. The age groups. Sympathize with Israel among the young people between 18 and 29 is 19%. Sympathize with the Palestinians is 61% among young people. Between 30 and 44, 22% sympathize with Israel, 42% with the Palestinians.
That's 43. I know you're foreign, but learn to read.
What did I just say?
You said 42.
Okay. Between 45 and 64, 40% sympathize with Israel, 25% with the Palestinians. And above 65, 47% with Israel, 26% with the Palestinians. Interesting. This is a very funny statistic here. Men and women. Men, 39% sympathize with Israel, 31% with Palestinians. Women, 31% with Israel, 39% with Palestinians. There's something very funny about that, I don't know. To me personally. Among white people, 40% Israel, 33% Palestinian. This is because white people are based. Let's see. White and non-white. Yeah, white people are based. See? That's that. That's that. Anything else? Which comes closer to your view, even if neither is exactly right? Israel should stop its military campaign in order to protect against civilian casualties, even if not all Israeli hostages have been released. 58% of U.S. registered voters agree with this. Israel should continue its military campaign until all hostages are released, even if it means civilian casualties in Gaza might continue, 30%. People wouldn't hold the same opinion if it was American hostages. And I would say I completely agree with the 30% here. I say Israel should continue its military campaign until all hostages are released, even if it means civilian casualties in Gaza might continue.
And go back up. Those 58%. Here's the thing, guys. It is rough saying, "Hey, you know, a bunch of civilians are going to die by pursuing the people who have the hostages and so on." Think about the message you're trying to send.
Exactly.
When you say, think about the message. The message you're sending is, if I go and take a bunch of your hostages and I run and hide under, behind, and so on, a bunch of civilians, you have to just give up.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing you can do. That's a freaking dangerous message to send. Hey, I mean, think about this. Like, I could just go down the street, kill a bunch of people, and then run and hide in my house and make sure that I'm surrounded by a bunch of civilians and so on, and you just have to leave me alone forever. Because if you come and try to get me for killing all those people, a bunch of civilians are going to die, and so you can never get me at all, ever. I'm free. You just gave me a license to kill people and take hostages, to kill, rape, and take hostages. You just gave me a license to do that. So they could keep in mind, they could do that a million times, right? Hey, we'll kill a bunch of people, and then we go among the civilians, and you can't come get us because civilians are going to die in the process. And most people now think you let them go. You let them go if they run and hide among civilians. That's a freaking dangerous message, guys. Seriously dangerous.
Very, very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. Anything about Muslims? Let me see. Muslim, no. Anything about Islam? No, not interested. Cool. I mean, it could be worse, you know. Hey, David, says Terminator Man. I have a friend that believes the Jews are the Antichrist and are the ones mentioned in Revelation 3:9 as the synagogue of Satan. Is that the Jews of today? Well, your friend should go to a church.
Yeah, your friend sounds like an idiot. Jews are the Antichrist?
I would recommend for such friends to just
the synagogue of Satan specifically referred to Jews who are persecuting Christians. So if you're not a Jew who's persecuting Christians, you're definitely not in that category.
It's so funny because the context is very clear. It's talking about those who call themselves Jews but are not, right? It's not talking about Jews. It's talking about those who call themselves Jews but are not. That's what the context is. And it is talking about very specific Jews and at a very specific synagogue at a certain place that is engaging in persecution. To take that and apply it blanket on all Jews is just a very deliberate and clear misreading of Scripture, no matter where you are. It's so retarded. Michael James, AP has grown from a donkey brain Ottoman with external locus of control to a cat human with a cricket inspiring. It's pretty good. Tracy Team Jesus, why is he trying to blow up his junk area?
Oh yeah, he did have that stuff all around his balls. I guess he's a fan of Hezbollah. I will show solidarity by my Hezbollah brothers and get my testicles blown off.
You see.
This is all connected to a pager.
You see. Hyperactive says Greta got arrested in Israel and treated so nicely, but not in the way the Al-Zut treated Muhammad nicely. Yep. Yeshua Hamachia says, imagine following Al-Zut Prophet who also bathed in Sunan Abu Dawud's 67 water, and they claim he is holy. By the way, David Wood's star imitation is spot on. There you go, David. Another achievement.
Mm-hmm.
V, hilarious and annoying because they're crying genocide. Bibi wants to build a bridge. They say, we don't make peace with Israel. So you want people to die. Yeah, basically. That's all. That's how they function. They don't want peace to come. They don't want the war to end. They want the war to continue. They want the death to continue. And they like to support it from somewhere else, you know. People in the UK like to protest to continue the war, to defeat Israel, when everybody knows that's not going to happen. You're just going to have more deaths, and you will cry genocide as a result. These people love what they call genocide. Romology, Muhammad's election comes up when he sees the polls of the others. Shut up. Ryan King, Sahih Bukhari 3488. Which says, when Muawiyah ibn Abu Sufyan came to Medina for the last time, he delivered a sermon before us. He took out a tuft of hair and said, I never thought that someone other than the Jews would do such a thing, i.e. use false hair. Wait. The Prophet named such a practice azur, falsehood, meaning the use of false hair.
Oh yeah, he cursed everyone who wears false hair. I made a video about that.
Yeah, yeah. But then this guy comes in and says, I never thought that someone other than the Jews would do such a thing.
Yeah, Jews invented wigs.
For those who are not aware, especially for Jews who are watching and who are not aware, who are not very familiar with Islam because you didn't care before October 7. This whole stuff really is part of Islam and always was from the time of Muhammad. This whole... nobody except the Jews. Only the Jews. Sankey, reform is a step up for the UK and the Tory party dying is deserved, but sadly he's cocked on Islam and anti-Tommy Robinson. Long-term UK needs more. Yeah, I would say step by step. Step by step. I don't think you're going to achieve anything by pushing now a rival party and dividing the votes and taking it away from Reform UK. Support them while they are fighting Labour. You're not going to win with Advance UK. You're just going to help Reform lose. That's what it looks like right now. Ari Wasserman, Owen Candy, this guy called David Wood just admitted that it was really this Jew called Shlomo Maktal Mudstein. The Khazar demons always slip up.
Yep, that'll be Candace's next live stream.
Cheryl R says, God bless you both and your families. Also checking to see if you're aware that your donate link in the description is broken. Your site can't be reached. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. I noticed that when I go on my website, it says not accessible. And I noticed that somehow my website died for some reason. And I was trying to check how I can put it up. But then it seemed all a little bit complicated and I didn't have the time. So I shall check that out.
Get it fixed, man.
Later. I don't know what happened there.
Maybe it was the Jews.
The Jews took down my donate site. Sheikh Daniel High Kick a Pikachu says, I have been having explosive Sharia. Any advice? Yeah.
Little Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah. Christian Killen says, AP, what does Alhamdulillah even mean? It means all praise to Allah.
No, it's Hamdidillah.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Libel idea, remove religious statues of Islam and outlaw. Yes, and close all mosques. Matthew Harrell, the voice you use for Candace. Do we use a voice for Candace?
Oh, he said, so that was talking about with my funny voice. I don't even remember I don't even remember what voice I was using for Candace.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Look at this. Look at this stupidity. Erica Kirk posted, "Hey, Chicago, what do you say?" She's just watching sports right now. Right? And rooting. Because that's what Charlie would do. And here you have a responder. "I'm sorry, I mean no disrespect, but I'm pretty sure Charlie Kirk said as a woman you should be at home taking care of their family, not doing whatever it is you're trying to do."
Just not allowed to watch a game, I guess.
The funny thing is that Charlie Kirk actually said that he would like her to lead Turning Point USA in case he dies. And that's exactly what she's doing now. A lot of people jump in when somebody dies who pretend to know what's best and who pretend to be the real fans and all that. And this is exactly what's happening here with Charlie Kirk. These people are, I don't know, man. The Milkman, Pelagius of Asturias, and Charles Martel today. Powerful, powerful. We need them. Hi, David Wood. Can you explain Revelation 3:9 about the Jews?
No, we already have like 9,000 times. And AP just did.
Yeah, I just did. Drew Traver, some good news. AP and David Wood. Armin Navabi did a better job debating the Israel controls USA narrative today than some Christians do. He debated one today named Lauren. He debated Lauren Witzke. Really, where? Where did that happen? D, where did Armin debate Lauren, who is a horrible neo-Nazi? Where did that happen?
Armin.
Where did that happen?
I'm trying to find out, man. Why don't you quit asking?
Where did that happen? On his channel? Really? Huh, I gotta check that out.
Yep, it's on Atheist Republic. Does Israel control America?
This is so funny because I responded to her several times, and I only did so in very angry ways because she's just a horrible person. But Armin is one of those people who can just approach the most horrible people out there and just have conversations with them. So,
hello, Durud and Shalom, everyone. I'm here with Lauren Witzke. So, hi, Lauren. Hello, Durud and Shalom.
that was a funny reaction.
A huge following. I see.
Hey,
on X, so
it's
you have
only
been influenced.
it's only a little over an hour long. We might in theory want to like watch the entire thing at some point.
So she's a full-blown neo-Nazi. So it's kind of interesting that he had a debate with her. That'll be interesting. I'm going to check this out.
On purpose, that they would just
like, I mean,
so,
how
but she's also very, very ignorant and stupid. So this should be interesting. I'll check it out, and maybe we can look through that. Inshallah. UK should get more Muslim refugees and learn more. This is true. It seems that the UK is very, very uneducated on Islam, which is why the UK needs to import more Muslims to learn from their mistakes to prevent future terrorist attacks. Dimer's friend next stream got to be with Than from IP on his smashing of Dean the other day. The guy does not understand what words mean, like his prophet, but not like the what?
Yeah, I heard that didn't go well for Dean, man. I mean,
his D's, not Dean.
Yeah, D's and his fans, the D's nuts.
Oh man, let's see. La, la, la. So, where's the hostages? The Jews made me piss my pants. That's very That's very, very sad. The abolitionist peace plan idea. Nice cowboy you got there. Would be a shame if something happened to it. You smell smoke in here. They wouldn't do that. They try to make peace with Saudi Arabia. Ashmay's AP Psalm 27. 27:10 most relevant. David, what does it say in Psalm 27? You know the whole Bible by memory.
I'll go and check it out. It's a based psalm, though.
All right, now I have to choose. I'm going to choose you. NKJV. Let's see. This one. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked came against me to eat up my flesh, my enemies and foes, they stumbled and fell. Though an army may encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war may rise against me, in this I will be confident. One thing I have desired of the Lord, that I will seek, that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. How do you say this word, David?
What? Pavilion.
Pavilion. Good. Okay.
Sorry, I actually went because you brought up the Erica Kirk post.
Don't interrupt my psalm reading.
Okay, go ahead.
In the secret place of his tabernacle he shall hide me. He shall set me high upon a rock. And now my head shall be lifted up above my enemies all around me. Therefore I shall offer sacrifices of joy in his tabernacle. I will sing, yes, I will sing praises to the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me. When you said, seek my face, my heart said to you, your face, Lord, I will seek. Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You have been my help. Do not leave me nor forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take care of me. Thank you. Thank you, Ash. I really appreciate that. Now I see why you posted that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me in a smooth path because of my enemies. Do not deliver me to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and such as breathe out violence. I would have lost heart unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Beautiful. Thank you, Ash. Really, I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Sahar TV, what's up? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm really sorry I messed things up with Sahar TV. Sahar TV. We met in London at the event at the Tommy Robinson rally. And then he asked me if we should record something together, and I said, yes, let's do it. And I kind of tried to make space for it. And then I had to cancel because I was dead and I couldn't get anywhere and I was getting sick. So that didn't happen, unfortunately, and it's all my fault. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. So we will have to get together and I will make up for that and we will record something together, inshallah. Twice for you and once for me. Because I think your channel is fantastic, Sahar TV. I recommend people go watch it. I love it. And I really appreciate connecting with you and having you here. You're doing fantastic work. Fantastic work. I meant to put Bukhari 34:38. Okay, I can't check anymore though. All immigrants, any generations, says Mo the Goat, all immigrants, any generations should STFU about aid to Israel. USA spend more on immigration, all count as additional aid to these countries. Unless they say no aid to anyone, stop immigration, they're all hypocrites and selfish. Yeah, I am all for continuing any deal that we have with Israel, considering that we're not giving away money. That's not what we're doing. What is happening, and people just don't really want to understand it. What's happening is that America is allowing a portion, a very tiny little portion of its annual production to be used by Israel in order to purchase for free American equipment for their military. So what happens as a result of this is America gets stuff, so Israel gets stuff from America, and the American military industry benefits from it. That's really what's happening. The one side that benefits the most from the aid that is given to Israel is actually American industries, American military industries, Americans. I love that. So we are at the same time helping Israel, which is playing a fantastic and very important role in the world, and especially in the Middle East, and at the same time helping Americans while doing that. That is a fantastic deal. It's not like other causes where we just give away stuff for free. We are helping both sides, and it's a very good deal, and I love it. They put back like 75% back to the US. Exactly. That's how it works. That's exactly how it goes. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. All right. Anything else, David?
I'm looking at the responses to Erica Kirk. There are people who are accusing her of being complicit, or of accusing her of not caring at all, and not even trying to find the real killer.
Why are you looking at responses to?
You're the one who brought it up, man. I was just like, I wonder if all the conspiracy theorists are talking trash to her.
Powerful.
Most people who are commenting aren't talking trash, but yep, you got the conspiracy theorists. Pretty creepy.
Powerful.
Pretty creepy.
Powerful. And where's Sahar TV? Subscribe to Sahar TV. Indeed, do it. I support Sahar TV. Please get Sahar on your show. We shall do that. We will do that. And Sahar TV said, Khatima Tova, which means good end or good seal, which is what you say on Yom Kippur. I got it right, didn't I? Sianon Royer, Christians should build churches in Mecca and spread the gospel. Build a big church next to the Kaaba. It shouldn't be a problem for a peaceful people. I would say you have to approach it, in a slower way, in an easier way. Turn the Kaaba into a toilet, into a public toilet. I wouldn't be in favor of building a church on top of it, or next to it, or around it. I would say you have to turn it into a toilet, and you can build the church somewhere else at a better spot. The Kaaba is not a good spot anyway. It's a terrible spot. So, yeah. That would be the more moderate approach, the more peaceful approach. Anyway, David, anything else?
Creepy comments, man. Like enough to make a video about like how evil people are. Anyway.
Powerful.
Messed up stuff, man. Not good. People are making me want to destroy them. It's a mixture of like the Candace type conspiracy theorists and the Groypers.
Gropers, not Groypers.
Gropers.
All right, latest is Manchester Synagogue. Latest, police name terrorist attack suspect as 35-year-old Jihad al-Shami, which sounds like a very British name. 2 men and 1 woman arrested in connection with the attack. 2 dead and 3 in a hospital. Counterterrorism declare attack a terrorist incident. Attacker was shot within 7 minutes of the call. Police to be deployed to synagogues across the country.
Police to be deployed to synagogues across the country. Why?
I would have further suggestions, further steps to be taken, such as deport massive numbers of people and for the Labour Party to resign entirely. All right. Anything else, David? All right. Thanks everybody for joining. Jack Ray says make the Kaaba a pig farm. That'll be funny, but you don't really have pigs over there, so you know.
You don't need to take the Kaaba. You just need to seize the black stone, and I'll do the rest. Give me the black stone. I'll do the rest.
Seize the black stone, and I'll do the rest. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and as always, stay well, stay healthy, stay cool, and a good Yom Kippur and year to all the Jews. The Jews. And happy everything to everybody else. And as always, which translates to
stay away from Islam.